Look up at the night sky, away from the Milky Way, and you will find patches of unbroken black. For decades, astronomers stared into one of these voids, the cosmos field, and saw a peaceful, predictable early universe. They called it cosmic noon, a gentle era where galaxies slowly gathered mass. But as of February 2026, that comforting illusion has been violently shattered. When the James Webb Space Telescope turned its infrared eye to this exact same boring patch of sky, researchers from the University of Waterloo didn't find a stellar nursery. They found a cosmic monstrosity. Hiding in the dark is Cosmos 2026 35829, a Jellyfish galaxy with massive glowing appendages of ripped gas and orphan stars. Its very existence, 8.5 billion light-years away, defies every established law of galactic evolution. We were sold the comforting illusion of a safe, expanding universe, but the Webb data just proved that right from the beginning, the void was a slaughterhouse. Today, we reveal the deep space anomaly that's compelling the astrophysical community to completely rethink everything. The most terrifying aspect of this discovery isn't just that a galaxy is dying. It is exactly how the James Webb Space Telescope caught it dying. When the Waterloo research team stripped away the foreground noise and isolated the deep infrared data, they were met with a visual anomaly that shouldn't physically exist. The main stellar disk of Cosmos, 2026 35829, looks deceptively normal. It appears as a standard, symmetrical collection of ancient stars, quietly rotating in the dark. But dragging behind it is a horrifying trail of cosmic shrapnel. Trailing to the south of this galaxy is a unilateral tail of ionized gas extending for over 20 kiloparsecs. That is more than 65,000 light-years of the galaxy's literal lifeblood bleeding out into the absolute zero of the intergalactic void. But the true anomaly, the detail that makes this 2026 discovery so groundbreaking, is what the researchers found hiding inside those tentacles. When the Waterloo team combined the James Webb infrared images with highly specialized spectrographic data from the Gemini North Telescope in Hawaii, they isolated the chemical signatures inside the tail. Embedded deep within that 65,000 light-year trail of stripped gas, they found 4 distinct, intensely bright anomalies. They are completely detached from the main galaxy, floating out in the freezing intergalactic plasma. Astronomers refer to them simply as the blue knots. These knots are not debris. They are not old stars that were accidentally dragged out of the galaxy's gravity well. The spectrographic data confirms something much more profound and deeply unsettling. These knots are radiating the intense, furious blue light of brand new nuclear fusion. They are massive clusters of infant stars, each less than 100 million years old, and their scale is staggering. Each individual knot contains the mass of roughly 100 million suns. This is a thermodynamic paradox playing out on a galactic scale. Under standard astrophysical models, star formation is a highly delicate, fragile process. To build a star, you require immense clouds of cold, stable molecular gas. These clouds must sit undisturbed deep within the protective gravity wells of a host galaxy, slowly condensing over millions of years until gravity eventually triggers nuclear ignition. You cannot build a star in the middle of a superheated, violent intergalactic wind. The turbulence should tear the gas apart before gravity ever has a chance to take hold. Yet these 4 blue knots exist. They are burning brightly in the void, proving that the universe is far more chaotic and resilient than our computer models suggest. To understand how these orphan stars are being born, we have to understand the invisible weapon that is destroying their parent galaxy. Astrophysicists call it ram pressure stripping, but that clinical term completely masks the violence of the event. We are conditioned to think of the space between galaxies as a pure, empty vacuum. But inside a forming galaxy cluster, that space is filled with the intracluster medium. It is a superheated plasma, a dense fog of ionized particles. Cosmos 2026 35829 is currently falling toward the center of a massive protocluster. It is plunging through the superheated plasma at millions of miles an hour. At those extreme velocities, the intergalactic plasma acts like a physical brick wall. It creates an aerodynamic drag so powerful that it completely overwhelms the gravitational glue holding the galaxy together. The older, heavier stars in the galaxy are dense enough to resist the wind. They stay anchored in the disk, forming the head of the jellyfish. But the cold molecular gas, the raw material required to build new stars, is violently peeled backward. The galaxy is quite literally being flayed. Its lifeblood is being ripped off its bones and dragged out into the dark. This extreme aerodynamic pressure is the key to the blue knots. The ram pressure stripping is so violent, and the intergalactic headwind is so intense that it is physically crushing the escaping gas. As the gas is blown out of the galaxy, the sheer force of the wind squeezes the molecular clouds. It forces them to collapse prematurely. The exact same wind that is starving the parent galaxy is simultaneously squeezing its escaping gas so hard that it ignites into massive stellar clusters. These are rogue stars. They are being born in the most hostile environment imaginable, completely severed from the galaxy that provided their raw materials. They are a desperate, brilliant burst of creation triggered entirely by an act of cosmic destruction. And because they formed outside the gravitational anchor of the main galactic disk, they will not travel with it. As the parent galaxy continues its plunge toward the center of the cluster, these newly formed star clusters will be left behind in the dark. They will wander the empty spaces between galaxies entirely alone, unbound to any larger structure. They are the ultimate cosmic exiles. But the existence of these rogue stars and the flayed galaxy is only half of the story. The reason this discovery has the scientific community scrambling is the timeline. This is where physics officially break down. Dr. Ian Roberts and his team at Waterloo measured the redshift of Cosmos 2026 35829 at a staggering actual 1.156. In astrophysics, redshift is the ultimate measuring stick of time. As the universe expands, the light from distant objects is physically stretched, shifting its wavelength toward the red end of the spectrum. A redshift of 1,156 means that the light from this galaxy has been traveling through the void for 8.5 billion years before it finally hit the gold-plated mirrors of the James Webb Space Telescope. We are not seeing this galaxy as it is today. We are seeing a ghost. We are seeing it exactly as it existed when the universe was barely a third of its current age. And at that specific moment in cosmic history, this level of violence was not supposed to be possible. The era of 8.5 billion years ago is known as cosmic noon. It was supposed to be the most fertile, productive period in the history of the universe. It was the epoch when the vast majority of stars were being born, and when galaxies were supposed to be safe, thriving, and slowly building their structures. The models dictated that galaxy clusters during cosmic noon were still in their infancy. They were supposed to be loose, cool, and relatively harmless environments. The intracluster medium wasn't supposed to be dense enough or hot enough to generate the brutal aerodynamic drag needed to strip a galaxy bare. Before this February publication in the Astrophysical Journal, the number of confirmed jellyfish galaxies at this extreme distance was essentially zero. This single observation shatters the assumption that the early universe was a safe haven. It proves that the early universe was a highly lethal environment. If protoclusters were already capable of generating this kind of devastating ram pressure 8.5 billion years ago, it means the invisible forces of cosmic death were operating billions of years ahead of schedule. For decades, astronomers struggled with the quenching problem, why modern galaxy clusters are filled with massive, red, dead galaxies. Did they age out gracefully, or were they murdered by their environment? The Cosmos discovery is the smoking gun of a mass execution. It proves the universe has been weaponizing gravity and plasma against its own creation since the dawn of cosmic noon. The dead galaxies we see today didn't fade peacefully. They were dragged through a superheated meat grinder, their star-forming gas violently stripped and scattered to the intergalactic winds. Dr. Ian Roberts and his team know this isn't an isolated incident. If one of the most intensely studied regions of the sky was hiding a high redshift jellyfish galaxy, the rest of the deep space surveys are likely littered with them. Keep questioning the boundaries of the known universe. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell to ensure you never miss the latest deep space anomalies.